Item on the agenda is roll call. Everybody's accounted for present. Shaw is in traffic, should be here in just a little bit. Next item is order of business, approve the agenda. Everybody's had the opportunity to look the agendas over. Do I hear a motion with set for printed?
I make the motion.
I have a motion there, a second.
Second.
I have a second. Any discussion? Any discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, same. Carried. Next item is also approval of the minutes of our previous meeting. That being the June 17th work session and also June the 18th regular call meeting. Do I hear a motion that we accept the printed?
Make that motion.
Have a motion here, second. I have a second. Any comments or discussion? Any comments, discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, same. Carried. Thank you. City manager, correct, there's no public hearing?
No, sir.
Visitor presentation. We should come to the podium, speak your name, and address for our clerk, and first is Russell Oliver, Downtown Redevelopment Plan.
Hi, I'm Eric Landon. I'm the planning director for the Regional Commission, located here in Darien, right down the road. I was here a few months ago, maybe more than a few months ago, to let you know that we were kicking off a downtown study on Darien in partnership with George Powell. We've had a few drafts circulated around. I think we have a final document. Russell Oliver is our senior planner, works at CRC, also lives in downtown Darien. So he's the author of the document, and he's here to answer any questions you may have or fill you in on any details that you wish. Thanks. Okay.
All right. I'm just going to go through the downtown plan and its purpose, and then I'll open it up to any kind of questions or comments you may have. So the purpose of the Darien Downtown Plan was to update the overall vision for downtown Darien, provides any kind of previous concepts and design ideas in order to enable the city, property owners, and citizens to make informed, strategic decisions about future developments and enhancements. This plan details a framework system, identifies the elements that interface most closely in it, development strategy, streetscape design, parking and circulation, lighting, parks and open space, and finally there's a chapter at the end on implementation strategies, which lays the steps for the city to follow in terms of prioritization and funding. Over the years, the city of Darien, Georgia has been successful in preserving historic resources, promoting economic development downtown, and particularly along Broad Street and the blocks framing the historic Vernon Square. Now, new restaurants and retail businesses helped enliven and enrich the downtown experience. New townhomes and apartments have also presented new housing options. But even with recent success, downtown still faces challenges that threaten its competitive advantage. It lies along a corridor of other communities that can attract desirable businesses by offering the same small town atmosphere. So if Darien fails to maintain and improve the character of its downtown core and enhance its vitality, then its competitive edge in a broader arena of regional economic and community development would be diminished. The city has therefore taken the initiative to create a plan to stay competitive. The ideas presented in this document are for a future character, one that is not yet realized, but that can easily be achieved by the city, county, and business leaders, put forth a concerted effort towards implementation. All of the recommendations in this plan are designed to work together in a cohesive urban design system. The following are reasons why the Darien Downtown Plan should be implemented. This serves as a model for others to learn from by fostering good planning through its methodology and implementation. It represents excellence in analysis, writing, graphics, and design. It has a positive impact on local and regional objectives. One, it ties in with the regional plan of coastal Georgia. It ties in with the comprehensive economic development strategy, and it also ties in with the City of Darien comprehensive plan. This delivers a developed vision for downtown and addresses community needs with a long-range vision. It improves on safety and facilities for bicycles and pedestrians through better streetscape design and lighting. Fosters a sense of place as it integrates into and enhances surrounding neighborhoods. Supports mixed-use development within the downtown area, promotes historical preservation, environmental conservation, and it increases awareness in the community of the benefits and importance of good planning. Now with that, I'll open any kind of questions to.
Russell, I know one of the featured things, particularly in chapter 2, is well changed since this went to press, and y'all did this, is simply the fact of the, and it's going to be addressed tonight, is the strain building.
Right.
So, I mean, this document is fluid, and you know, it's fluid, and we'll adjust accordingly. So, yes. Do you agree that it's a fluid document?
Yes, I would agree. It's a fluid document. Any comments raised tonight, we can make those changes.
I heard you several times talk about the lighting, and then I see in the back, you know, this is something that I think this is foremost to get this lighting done. You know, you talk about bicycles, pedestrian. You know, for a while now, we have been going through this about lighting in downtown. So it is past time to light this city up. When you come across that bridge, if that store is closed, it doesn't look like this city's open.
I agree.
And it is, you know, that should be number one. Not in the back of the book. I think it needs to be in the front.
Well, the book is marked in a certain sort of framework to where that fit in there logically. Now, earlier in the book also, there's a map on lighting. So we work with Georgia Power. I went through here at night and mapped every single light that was out, ones that might be LED, ones that might be high pressure sodium, and then we came in the next day during the day to do the same kind of survey. So we've already talked with Georgia Power about changing out some of those lights. They're still continuing to do their highway conversion project for the LED lights, and they said that was slated to be done in 2019. But I do agree with you that this downtown does need to be lit up. I live on 2nd Street, and I will walk downtown in my own neighborhood, and I get pulled over by the police because I'm walking at night. And it's down a dark alley, and they can't see me. And I've got a headlamp on, and a flashlight, and a walking cane, and I look like I'm walking, but then I get accused of doing something else nefarious because it's not well lit.
And we've had all of the poles marked by Georgia Power. I called them after we gave them the list. Actually, the police department went through during the night shift, and I would say 99% of those lights have been in place already. Yeah. And I know what you're talking about, the sodium halide, and we're looking at that as well.
I think the last major strip that's to be changed out is on US 17, to change those from sodium halide to LED.
And I know when we get that new bridge, they, you know, maybe they say that it's saving the turtles and don't want to put lights on there, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I would suggest, I mean, in the document it says suggesting pedestrian scale lighting.
I know, going along with Council Skeen, if you come from the other way, coming out, say, Pine Street, and coming back this way, it's dark. So, like we've been saying about the strand building and other things, public safety is one of our key principles that we look at.
Right.
So lighting is something we definitely. I noticed on some of the additions and all in here, there's some big changes from one picture to the other picture. Like, for example, here on the corner, we got the Friendly Express like it is now, and then the other picture shows this big building. So
yeah, those were examples to show what could be possible. You know, it was when we discussed earlier on in this process, it was thought that we could do a little bit more with the plan than just lighting and just parking. So we took it a step further to go above and beyond and show the city, show you all here what is possible, what kind of business leaders can look forward to if they want to change over any of the properties. Because as you come into that bridge, there could be changes to make it more of an urban core rather than having that gas station there and have businesses that are directly across here. That would also create a more walkable environment.
well, I'm saying that would be a shock the people that knows Terry and gone, you know, say a year and come back, we had that big building.
Well,
Something like that there, but-
what he's looking at was possibilities. And he's just trying to put some ideas in our heads and business owners' heads and everybody else's heads. As far as the determination as to what happens to that building, his study simply looks at the best and wisest use of a piece of property. That is all. It is certainly not intended.
We just don't want to.
Yeah, I can't see what private owner is gonna be using it.
But Russell, you're saying coming across the bridge, coming north across, and you're saying that's what we need to,
I mean,
Do
right when
more-
you cross the bridge into downtown, it needs to feel like you're in a downtown. It doesn't need to feel like you're coming off the interstate and coming to a gas station. I'm not saying just the feeling, but it is also like the highest and best use of that property. If it were mixed use and it had housing there, that would be the highest and best use. You would make more money with that piece of property by doing that than a gas station.
Well, I agree with you, it looks good, I mean, it's very nice and all, but it's gonna give us the big city effect instead of what we have.
Yeah, well, you're getting that with our Lucas's property now. So it's to continue that character on towards the downtown core.
So you want it more vibrant?
Yes. Don't we all?
Yeah, I'm from the city, so I know what you're talking about.
I got enough lighting around, so. I got enough
I like it vibrant. I like that.
Any more comments or questions?
I want to just compliment the committee that worked on this. I see some of the names, I know there was more. And because one of the complaints you always get things like this, what are we going to do? And if you don't have a plan, you automatically pretty much going to fail. We've got a template, perfect. They don't make those things much anymore. But I think this is far cry from where we were. I like it a lot. I really do. I've had this for a while, so this is not my first time looking at it. So let's just keep moving forward and get as much done as we can.
You showed a lot of time, effort, and study went into it, so we do appreciate everything. Got some real good, great ideas.
Yeah, well, I've lived downtown, you know, for the whole time that I've been working for the CRC. I moved here from Athens, Georgia, and I really love the small town feel. But, you know, living down here and walking downtown every day or every night, you know, you see things, and, you know, I hope that they came across in the plan.
How do we get this out? Is this going out online to the public?
Once I take your comments from tonight, and any changes that we make, and just run them by, then we can make it publicly available. But since there are some changes that need to be made, we might have to wait till next week.
Take your time, Russell, this took the time to put together, and we understand all the hard work that you and the CRC put into this, and I appreciate you listening to the things that I had to say regarding the downtown. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's kind of like Mr. Lotson had to say, all this is a general blueprint of the best and wisest use of property. And not, it's not to say it's going to happen tomorrow or the next day or the next day. So we can slow down our thinking on this and just roll with it and see what develops. And then as things come before the council, then you can kind of reference this plan, reference the comprehensive plan, and see if it fits within what the parameters are, and try and go with it.
It's a very nice looking book, and we look good in color.
Yes, sir.
That's been years of living here and years of photographs and all that.
It does look good. Thank you.
Is there anything else?
Any more comments, questions? Thank you, sir, we do appreciate everything else. Thank you.
thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Russell.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's the shop. Yeah, that's the shop. That's the shop. Big deal. That's the shop.
That's a big deal.
Just conceptual.
Oh, I know it. And of course, yes, a lot of property, the owners do pretty much, what they want, that's that long. Okay, city manager, am I correct? That's all visitor presentation?
That is correct.
I'm also correct, there's no unfinished business?
No, sir, there is not.
I want to thank everybody for your time and dedication in getting everything done on timely order. Next is new business. Consider approval of intergovernmental agreement between the city and the county concerning the county's 1% transportation special purpose local option sales and use tax, and we will take action on this tonight.
That is correct. Yes, sir.
Okay, do I hear a motion that we consider the approval of the intergovernmental agreement?
I make the motion.
I have a motion, I hear a second. I have a motion, I hear a second.
I'll second.
I have a second. Any comments or discussions? Any comments, discussion? Everybody got a full understanding and okay with it? And again, I want to invite everybody to workshops before the meeting. That's when we really get into some good discussion. And each and every one of y'all gives you the opportunity also to put in your comments and suggestions.
I have some discussion because
Okay.
I don't have a clue which way this council is going to vote. So this one is too important not to have a discussion and then we vote. And may not go the way we think it should go. Any way you go, everybody's never going to be always happy. So I guess I'll begin it. Everybody know the history of, well not everybody, but a lot of history about this newspaper, popular on the internet now, and citizens are talking about it. And all I can say is that perhaps the manager and the attorney and Mr. Skeen can join in and say what they want to say. It's too important. We did talk about it, and if I'm not mistaken, this is the one that we're going to vote on that deals with the 80-20. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, the 80-20, was a lot of discussion about that. Some are happy with it, some are not happy with it. How much the city is going to get, and there's a whole lot of unknowns. I'm hoping besides myself, some of the others would deal with the unknowns. And we're almost fighting over something that may or may not happen. Complaining over something that may or may not happen, but I leave that to others to deal with. Right now, my understanding is that it's at 80-20 and there's a few bells and whistles in there. And I would let the manager or someone bring that out later. First, go at it. Most all of us in the city agreed with maybe 30%. Sounded good to me. And somewhere down the line, it went down to 20%. And it looks like that's where it's at. The county has already voted, and now it's up to us. I only see, it's probably 3 options, but I only see 2 options. One, we agree with them, and the county and the city, if this small miracle happens, we'll have some funds. If we vote against it, I went to the county commissioners meeting with our attorney and council Skeen, and they already have made a decision. What if we don't come along with it? Because we did not agree with the 20%. And they pretty much said that they're going to go alone. And if they go alone, unfortunately, that means the city gets nothing to be shifted over to our coffer for roads. But I think it's 1/8 of 1 mile that's been approved through the county commissioner, Black Road. I think that was all that I saw. Was it more? If I'm wrong, please correct me. If they went alone. And I think we would lose, I think it's $1.28 million that goes away because the statute of the law only recommends, not recommend, but say they can only get 75%. I called our attorney simply because I did not know. When you don't know, you ask someone. And I said, can the county go alone? Trust but verify. Our attorney, sharp attorney, he said, Lotson, they can go alone. Trust, but I did too much research. So they can go alone. Still baffles me, and I've said it to some news media, even before the county vote. The bottom line is, it's kind of like, why were we having a meeting in the first place? They can give us 20%. They can give us 30 or 40%. They can give us 2%. They have the power to do that, and that is the law. I'm concerned about which way we're going to vote today, because if it's 2 and 2, then it can be the mayor splits the vote, and they can go either way. I'm inclined to not take a chance and see what the county is going to do. Not that I agree fully with the 20%, but why would I vote to lose $1.3 million because I'm upset we didn't get more than 20%? I'll narrow it down because this is very emotional to me. I did plenty of research, and there are some counties that voted, Colquitt County. So you can make other decisions. They didn't go with the road model, which sounds easy. Sounds very easy. You know, the county has this many roads, we have this many roads, so they should get all the money. That sounds perfect. There is nothing in the statute that says that's the way to go. Other counties do not go that way. There's all many different ways you can go. Colquitt, they've got only 62.4% for the county. All the other money was distributed to the city, the little cities that were in there. And what shocked me, they even decided to give money to the airport authority, parks and recreation, legally, with their TSplost. So there's more than one way. I will close with this. The attorney said something that took me down another road. There's something you can't quantify just in a mileage with what the city does. And the biggest one that I saw, because I'm into development, community development, housing development, and things of that nature, every business, every house that's built in the city of Darien is the easiest money for the county there is. I like doing business like that. I like making money that kind of way, but I don't have to work hard. I'm just being honest. Every house we do all of the hard work. Inspectors here have to do that. We have to handle all of the paperwork. And the county gets most of the tax dollars every time. 95. Most people didn't even know that. I've been knowing it for 20 years, and I'm glad we're moving. We're moving in the right way. We're going to spend over $2 million, I think I heard, for different projects, especially for out there. Every business out there depends on the city, water, and sewer. Millions of dollars are there for the county. We get very few dividends from that. We don't collect taxes out there that much. So I can't answer it all like the attorney, but he sparked me in that direction, and I was like, wow, you were right. You can't just feel it that way. And everybody went with the road thing, but there's nothing in the Constitution saying it has to be done that way. But we're in a dilemma in my closing, Mr. Mayor. Thank you for not ringing the bell on me. We're damned if we do, and we're damned if we don't. I'm inclined not to vote, but I want to hear from the others. Well, we didn't get what we want. We didn't get close. The city bent a lot. The county bent none at all. They came in with 20%, and they stuck to it. And there's a big reason why. They don't need our vote to make the decision. I wish I knew that in the beginning. But like I tell folks, I got a PhD in that now, at least a doctorate. 5 years from now, I may not be here. We got the youngest council over there. I heard she's, I won't say old, but I heard she's getting old. She may be here. When this comes back again, very seriously, we'll be more the wiser the next time around. I mean, we'll look at it as Colquitt, Georgia has done, Savannah, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia has done. They share it. They get more because of the extra things that they are doing. And I love what Colquitt have done, where they could have gotten 80%, but they're walking away with 62% and spreading it out for the betterment of the entire county. Every road that's going to get paved, and every ditch, and that breaks my heart, and I'm on the ditch committee. Nobody put down $1 in here for ditches, not the city, not the county. Yes, I know we put down miscellaneous, but that was an oops. That was an oops. We all should have been saying, fix these ditches. But this is a 30-year problem, and no one has done anything. So thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Any more comments or questions?
Well, I don't want to go long on this, but, you know, we met with the county. We sat down, and we had our differences. They stated what they wanted, and we stated what we wanted. When we left out of that meeting, I trusted, and I said this in front of their council meeting, in front of their commissioner meeting, and I'll say it tonight. I trust our commissioner. Our Kate Karwacki is our county commissioner, and she served on that board. I said then, after the meeting didn't go the way we was hoping it would go, but I did say I trust her and our city manager, our city attorney, to come up with something that would work for all of us. And, you know, county commissioners are new. We have 3 brand new ones in there. I have to trust the 3 that's there and the 2 that slept. I have to put my trust in them. This is going to be what the citizens want. I've got 1 vote. Every citizen in the city and the county has 1 vote. And that's who's going to decide this. Whether we do it, it's still going to be decided by the citizens. So, there again, I do respect that county commissioner, and he held tight to what he thought was right. We fought for what we thought was right, and it was a learning experience for me. It was. I'll be better at it next time.
Well, as Mayor Pro Tem said, he had the upper hand. He had larger gun.
That's all, Mr. Mayor.
I have something to say, man.
Yes, sir.
And that is that we had, in defense of our 2 council members, you don't need defending, certainly by not by me, but simply the fact we had some very aggressive negotiations, and they were, at the end of the day, in my opinion, based on what we have, fruitful. And something that I think is being largely potentially ignored is, yes, this is an 80-20 split. That is not the number that was looked at as we entered that meeting. However, at the end of the day, we're looking at a reduction from $5 a ton for solid waste to $2 a ton for solid waste, which in my mind is significant, because that directly impacts the general fund, which is our operating fund, on a daily basis. And if you recall, last year, that was not anticipated, so as a result, we took a hit. It has been anticipated this year, obviously, in the budget cycle, but we may be able to move some funds around with some other items now because of that reduction. Also, I think it's very significant what they intend to do on Market Street as far as the dollar value, man hours, etc., motor graders, helping us haul the trees that have got to go. Not live oaks, so calm down. It's just brush stuff out of the way and straighten out that road, and then hopefully it'll be nearly ripe and ready for development at a future point in time.
And we hope to see that happen, which is, in the end, that's gonna help us. Also, at Ashentilly, from Ashentilly to 99, which is all city, they've offered to clean out that ditch that is over there. So they'll clean out that ditch at the cost between 200, 250, 300K. Nobody really knows till they get in there to get that thing done. So what I see is, as far as at the end, it's net savings as to whether or not you got the 25% or whatever. And I know the committee is dissatisfied with the results. I mean, they made that abundantly clear tonight. However, in my mind as a manager, it is simply that in dollars and cents is of equal and potentially better value when we're done, when you add up all of these savings. So I think it's an odd, at this point, in my mind, it's a moot point. I mean, it's obviously no vote has been taken, but I'm telling you, my recommendation to this city council is an 80-20 SPLOST vote, accepting the stipulations and the memorandum of understanding that you all have in your booklet from the county. So that's as far as I'll go with it, and that's it.
For 30 seconds, man, do hit down on me. Very important. I want to compliment the manager for that. And I chuckled when Skeen looked at it. That was a chuckle. The ship was sinking, and thanks to the manager, we just grabbed all the baggage we could get and not lose everything. So he is responsible for adding those little bells and whistles, but we were sinking fast. And I will compliment the County Commissioner Chair, David Stephen. And I told him so. We talked about on the phone. He was coming from Florida. And we talked about 30 minutes. And I complimented him because he called me because there was some issues that happened. And he called and even apologized for his counsel. So, David, if you're listening, thank you.
I appreciate nobody putting y'all names up here, so I appreciate that. And yourself very professional.
Yes, sir.
Just to clarify it up, when the city manager said clean the ditches out for Ashentilly that's inside the city, he's talking about Ashentilly subdivision, not the Ashentilly Center itself.
That is correct. The subdivision that was annexed way up there. Yes, sir.
It's not the, like I said, it's not the Ashentilly Center, it is the new subdivision where we're getting now, so.
Mayor, just,
Yes, sir.
Just briefly off what Mayor Pro Tem Lotson said, when he said that the county can go along. The important detail that if this body does not go past that intergovernmental agreement, the county will collect 75%. They will not collect 80%. By law, they can only collect 0.75% of sales tax. So that's in the end, that's why we were asking for 75-25. That's exactly how the legislature voted. There was a reason and a rationale behind what you gentlemen were arguing that day at the county commission meeting. So I think the county, the last calculation, the county manager stated at that meeting, if the city does not participate, the county will lose